Yo, what's going on, everybody? Nintendo Dad here, coming at you with a tour of my setup. I'm new to this whole thing, but figured I'd show you guys what I come up with in the last 2 months or so of streaming. So here it is, my basement. It's still under construction. There's tape up on the ceiling because we're painting the tiles, and eventually I'm actually going to remove this bar. It's not attached to anything, but it is there. Anyways, we're gonna wall off this area, put a door right here. I am gonna close that up and put just a small hatch there. Originally there was a big flap, and that's how we fed the fish. But I'm gonna get that fish tank up and running. It's gonna be the backdrop because I'm gonna copy and paste my setup right here. This way I can insulate the walls and put those sound dampening panels on the wall. The fish tank will be behind me. It'll be real cool. But this way the kids can come downstairs and they can play, because right now they don't really take too kindly when I'm streaming, because they like to come down here and play and make a mess and stuff, but they know to stay upstairs when I'm streaming. But yeah, I got some big plans. Maybe we'll play some Guitar Hero. I just bought a PlayStation off my buddy. So now we got Xbox 360s, we got the Wii, the PlayStation, got the next playground. I just bought a brand new mattress, and the reason I'm mentioning that is because it came with a free 65-inch Samsung Smart TV. And I'm going to mount it to the wall here and there. And I'm gonna mount the consoles. I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna mount the consoles behind the TVs, and I'm actually going to put the wires in the wall. I got an electrician friend who's gonna help me out with all this, but the mounts that I have are kind of cool. They extend 3.5 feet. Right now I can't really show you because the cord is tucked away, but the reason I actually bought this was my very first setup before I had the desk and I was streaming the Xbox was just tucked away in this corner, and I would sit here facing this way, and I didn't have this TV yet. I had this TV, which if you look is a Sony, but it's an original flat screen, so it's like really low quality, and it was tough to see. But I sat here in this corner, and then I got this TV, and it didn't come with legs, and it was an upgrade to that one, so I mounted it to the wall. It could pull out, and I could have it right there so I could stream. Anyways, let's get on to the desk tour. We got the printer, the Canon printer, so I can print off pictures for the kids to color and whatever. All the streaming snacks and goodies I need to stay hydrated and curb a craving while I'm down here. We got a baby monitor, so I can hear the baby when I'm streaming, when it's nap time and I'm doing an early stream when the wife's at work and it's just me and the kiddo. Heater for when I'm a little too chilly. But the moment you've all been waiting for, we got this off-brand Amazon gaming chair with a footrest, which is kind of cool. But even though I looked up ultra comfy adult gaming chairs, extra large, it came, and honestly that footrest only goes out to like my knees. Here is my signature hat. It is Eevee. You know what's funny? This hat originally came with floppy ears. I cut a coat hanger, a wire coat hanger in half, and I stuffed them in the ears. That way the ear stayed upright. My wife bought me the Master Sword here, and it is a real Master Sword. Got that for Christmas, first year together. And this my wife got for our anniversary last year, maybe 2 years ago now. It's pretty cool. I think it looks good, you know, behind the setup there. The Triforce, another thing my wife got for me. One of my grandma's records. I thought was kind of cool. The PC. I bought a pre-built. It is a power spec. We got the an MSI RTX 5070 Ti and it's liquid cooled. I don't know the specs too well, but if you go on Micro Center's site, it's about two grand out the door. It does have, what is it, 32 gigabytes of RAM. So I was told that this setup as is enough to run whatever I want. Multitasking, streaming, gaming. And we got, if you're a Zelda fan, RGB links, red, green, blue, to match the RGB lights. We got another little link there with my best dad mug. My stream deck with the logo. I'm doing this on my cheapo phone. Calendar, so I can keep up on when I need to stream. Sundays, Sunday stream, the daddy-daughter duos, live. Over here we got my Xbox and the Switch for doing Nintendo games. Sweet RGB mouse, Steel Series wired with some side buttons. It's got this here that I programmed to open up the task manager. This does copy, paste, page, and then this one here is you can go up and then down, page up and down. This button right here I have programmed to adjust the speed of my mouse. You'll see it, there it goes slow again. I like it on the second speed. Then, I forgot the brand name of this keyboard, but I really like this keyboard. It's solid aluminum. What is it again? An MK Pro 75% 3 mode. And it runs, or it works off of Bluetooth cable and a USB dongle. And then this keyboard, my secondary keyboard, is plugged into the Xbox for when I want to talk to people on there. And this is my Fifine mic. I put these little sticky notes on the side so I know whether I'm what dial I'm turning, because it was always hard for me to see it. And then we just got this in the mail today. The 90-degree Fifine brand RGB mic stand. Let me focus that. The desk is dusty. I just drilled the hole, so there's wood shavings on the desk. I got the desk for free, by the way, which is pretty clutch. Let me see, there's a couple really cool ones here. Huh. That's sweet. I didn't even see the way that filled up. Anyways, to the monitors. So when I first bought the PC, I was broke. I honestly didn't expect to spend over $1,000. So when I actually saw what I was buying, I realized I wasn't going to be able to leave with a monitor that day. So I asked, can I use a TV? And they said, sure. It's just not going to look as good, but he said since I've been playing on an Xbox on a TV that's 40 years old, no, probably like 20 years old, that I wouldn't notice a difference. And he was wrong, because actually it looked like crap. I did end up tweaking it, and it looks a little better than when I first turned it on, but this is just a really cheapo $50, $60 Roku. But it's cool. I use it to have my chats up and stuff. So I'll have like Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And then I don't know, maybe I'll upgrade, maybe I'll get rid of it. I haven't really decided yet. This was the first gaming monitor I actually bought. It's a Acer 2K It was about 300 USD, and it was okay. It was a big step up from this. I'll pull up a YouTube video just to show you guys the difference in quality here. Once we skip the ad. Dial here to turn the volume down, up or down, which is kind of cool. And I do need to get speakers for my setup because currently the only sound comes through this monitor because my main one doesn't have speakers on it. So here is a OLED HDR test. Now, before I get to that, this is a MSI 4K Ultra HD OLED 270 hertz monitor. It's curved, slightly curved, 32 inch. This is only 27 inch, and this is what is this at? Let's see here. Advanced. This is at 270 hertz as well. Okay, so yeah, you can see here, I don't know, my phone might not even show you the difference in quality. It looks pretty crappy actually, but then over here it's pretty decent. Yeah, you can't tell the difference, probably not, but on the OLED monitor in person it is beautiful. The colors look crazy. It looks more realistic than real life. Anyways, last but not least, up here we got my ring light, which down here is the buttons to turn it on and off, and it does have a dimmer. I like to have it dim just enough to show my face in the background, but not enough that it hurts my eyes while I'm looking at the monitor. And it has 3 settings. It's got orange light, soft light, white light, and the in-between, which I usually like the in-between. And then my webcam, which is an eMeet 4K, the 4K as F. And you know what? This is a mic courtesy of my Moderate Content. He donated this to me. I've been trying to give it back to him ever since I upgraded, but he just won't take it back. So I use it as a secondary mic for Sunday stream. When my daughter Bean streams with me, she sits here in that chair next to me, and she uses this mic and I use that one. But now that I got this mic stand that comes out way over here, we won't have to use 2 mics anymore. So, yep, this is the setup if you were curious to see what I was running. Hopefully this doesn't turn out as cringe as it sounds in my head when I'm talking about it. But if anyone was curious, this is the setup I'm running with. And the streams have gotten better quality over the course of the last few months, and this is why. All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.